straight into the deep end, I see. On and on the track. At that point, what happens is something known as Bhagwan Jane. Hello and welcome to Couple of Corners. I am joined by my wife Anisha, the one that gets my engine running. So, what's the topic for the day?
Hi everyone. So, when I watch F1 with Shrey, the best part of watching F1 with him is that he takes these complex terminologies and simplifies them and explains it. So, one complex terminology that I've always had questions about is overcut and undercut. So, all yours.
Straight into the deep end, I see.
Yes.
Okay, so little disclaimer, I'm going to try my best to explain it, but it's really simplified. We're going to start with tire degradation, which is the center point of everything that happens with undercuts and overcuts. So using Luigi our example, so when an F1 car goes around the track, the tires degrade over time. So the more the tires degrade, the less performance it offers to the F1 car, which in turn increases lap times, which is a bad thing. Now, after a while, the tires degrade, what happens? There's a pit stop. Mandatory at least one pit stop in each race. Now, here's the thing. Now, suppose we have Luigi followed by Monster Truck. So, Monster and Luigi are going around and on the track. Luigi is in the lead. The time has come for the optimal space for a pit stop. Now, what Mr. Monster Truck can do is that he can go beforehand, before the allocated time. That's known as the undercut. What happens here is that, so here comes Luigi, here comes Monster Truck goes into the pit lane, Luigi is going around, Monster Truck comes out, he's on fresher tires, so he can go faster. So he tries to catch up, and when they come back around, and when Luigi goes into the pit, he's close enough so that he can get ahead of Luigi, so when they come back out, Luigi is behind Monster Truck, and Monster Truck has done a successful undercut. Now the problem that sometimes happens is that Monster Truck can go early, Luigi goes ahead, but when Monster Truck comes back out, he's behind the midfield pack or the later half of the pack. So there might be some traffic, and that can cause a bit of an issue. He might not be able to catch up with Luigi. That's one of the risks. The overcut happens when, let's say, Monster Truck goes for a pit stop. Luigi decides to continue going because Luigi is now completely free. He's absolutely there. There's no one in front of him. There's clean air. He just goes for it, full speed, non-stop. He keeps going around and around, maybe for a lap, 2 laps extra than what's planned. What happens is, even though Monster Truck is behind him in fresher tires, Luigi has taken so much of a lead in front so that when he goes back for a pit stop, Monster Truck is too far behind. So when Luigi comes back out, the order remains pretty much the same. The problem there is that when you're doing an overcut, is that the tires can degrade a bit more than usual. This means that A, your performance drops significantly as the tires wear out. B, you could get a puncture because the tires have degraded too much. Usually what happens is that most teams try to go for an undercut because there's a little less risk involved and it's easier to maintain that.
Fair enough. So, what happens when there's a safety car in the picture?
When a safety car happens, I think so in F1 terms, right, it's at that point what happens is something known as Bhagwan Jane. So that's why when a safety car comes in, it gets really chaotic because all strategies sort of go down the drain, and that's where the engineers and the strategists earn their money.
Okay.
Because then you have to think on your feet. Sometimes it benefits some drivers, sometimes it might not benefit them, depending on where you got the pit lane. So, like for example, if you remember in Brazil, right? I think Lando and George went for a pit stop, and suddenly the safety car came out because of the rain.
Yeah.
The pit stop was wasted because going for a pit under a safety car is slightly better because Mr. Luigi won't be able to go too far because
the speed limit.
And they have to stay behind the safety car, right? So he could try going fast, but he can't go much far. So the distance between them is reduced, and Mr. Monster Truck will have fresher tires.
Okay.
So when the safety car goes out, Monster Truck is on fresher tires and not that far away from Luigi. So so when the safety car comes out, it's all bets are off. You never know what's going to happen. It's going to be an interesting race.
So I remember in one of the races, now of course I can't remember who said this, but as in once, I think it was Leclerc, but once he had pit and then the safety car was out and he was like, looks like, everybody's going to get a free pit stop. So is that why they got frustrated? He got frustrated?
Yeah, so when you'll see usually when a safety car comes in, most of the teams try to go for a pit stop. Same reason, because the teams with the drivers that they're battling won't be able to go too far. So the delta is much lower around that time. So this means that they can easily get a pit stop, they can get fresher tires in without have to worry about, okay, this driver is going to undercut me or overcut me or whatever. So yeah, usually when a pit stop, when a safety comes in, a pit stop is usually taken, unless you were unlucky enough to get a pit stop just before the safety car. So then you're on your own then.
Fair enough. Well, that's a good explanation. Thank you so much, Ray, for that good explanation.
I do feel like one of those teachers in class. Thank you so much.
Good job, beta. You get
I'm the teacher. I'm the teacher here. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Good. Any more questions?
No.
But if you have any questions, do send them to me in the comments. Don't worry, I won't judge. Every question is a good question. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And thank you so much for joining us here at Couple of Corners. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.